Hey guys, today's video is a special request for a 1950s inspired makeup. So if you want to see how I created this look, then stick around and let's do some makeup. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started on our 50s look. Today I'm going to be creating that look with the Morphe. This is the 35V Stunning Vibes palette. This is predominantly a neutral palette with some blues and couple of greens. For me, the 50s look is very much about a pale eyelid with a clean classic winged liner, classic red lip, and I would say medium brows. Just think Marilyn Monroe, that sort of bedroom eye look. And we're gonna start the look off with a clean sort of wash over the eyelid. I'm using a color called Go Nude. And this is just gonna go on all over the eyelid. Oh, I'm gonna go in with Swipe Right. Swipe Right is this guy right here. This is the one that I used for like the all over neutral wash. And then we're gonna do Swipe Right, which is a warm, pale, sort of rose gold color. And that's just gonna go on the lower lid. And then going into Knockout, which is a white pearlescent color. That's gonna go in the inside half of the lower eyelid. Let's put our brow highlight on now. And for that, I'm gonna use First Date, which is this guy right here. So it's a pretty nude flesh tone. It has a bit of a velvet finish to it, but it's not sparkly or shiny at all. It's just going to give us a little bit of extra light there on the brow bone, which I think is nice. I think the 50s eye is actually pretty easy in terms of the steps that it takes to create it. There's less to it, so you have to actually do it better because it's going to be that much easier to clock if you've made a mistake without all that extra stuff going on. And now we're going to start with the contour. We still need to keep it pretty light. So I'm going to start with this color called Risque, which is a pretty good taupe color. And then I'm going to back that up just on the inside of the crease a little bit more with this guy right here. This is called Seduced. Starting with Risque, and I'm using a crease prep brush for this. And this is going to go above my natural crease because I want to open the eye up like so. And I lost some of my brows and then I had them microbladed. So when I put my foundation on, I cover up the microblading, which gives me less brow. So I don't have to block my brows out. A lot of times if your eyelid from your lash line to your eyebrow is really short, then you're not going to have enough room to create that really full bright eye, and that's when you'd have to block out your brows. If that's something that you want to see, then leave that in the comments downstairs and I can do a separate video for that. Defining crease brush from Real Techniques, and I'm just going to soften that a little bit. It's the pop crease brush, so it's a little bit more defined to get in there without completely covering up the taupey Risque color. And then going back in with the defining crease brush again, and we're just going to buff that into the Risque color, the taupey color. I am going to go back into Seduced, and I'm going to go in with a smudge liner brush, which is it's a small angled brush, and I'm just going to tap into that, and then I'm just going to put a crease line right on the bottom of where I laid down my contour colors. Nothing too heavy, because again, we're not going for a cut crease look today. We really just want to define the contour of the eye a little bit. I'm going to go in with MAC's Eye Kohl pencil in Smolder for the top tight line, and then Fascinating for the bottom water line. So with tight lining, what you're doing is you're really going into the lash bed from underneath the lashes, not to create a liner on the top, but to make the lashes, if you can see the difference, make the lashes look thicker and darker. And then for the bottom, we're going to come right in on the water line. Let's do some liquid liner. I'm going to be applying my liner today with the Stylist Day All Day Waterproof Liquid Liner. Actually, before we do that, let's play up the inside of the eyes just a little bit. A MAC Dazzle Shadow Liquid, and this is in the color Every Day is Sunshine. Up to the crease line. And a little bit more than halfway across the, maybe like 3/4. Just leave the outside corner right here, kind of bare, and really focus on the inside corner. And it kind of creates, if you see me use these Dazzle Shadow liquids before, it does create sort of like a easy cut crease look. It doesn't look as painted. It looks a little bit more natural to me. If you want to see a cut crease, sculpt out your contour with like a dark pencil, like MAC Current. Even though it's a lip pencil, it's a great one for creating a shadow. Whoops. So you would lay that down, buff it out, and you would take concealer on a concealer brush, and you would sculpt out the fake lower lid, if you will. And it creates that really hard line for that cut crease. And then you could put shadow on over the concealer. When it was first done, it was kind of fun because it was new, but now that I've seen it so many times, I'm not that crazy about it anymore. So I found this trick with these Dazzle Shadow liquids, and they really they're kind of like the concealer with a sparkly eyeshadow in one. So now that that's done, let's go in with our eyeliner now. And we're just I'm gonna start small and then build from there. And then we're gonna end right where the lash bed ends. So for the tail, it kind of goes from, like if you were to follow the bottom lash line and then take it up into your contour, like heading towards where the tail of your eyebrow would be. So mine's pretty much gone here, but if I follow the line of my natural bottom lashes, then this is kind of where my tail is going to live, right there. Now let's see if I can duplicate that on the other side. I do want to put something on the bottom, but I don't want it to be too crazy because I want to keep everything sort of kind of lifted up. I do want to do a fairly thin line, and I want it to be shadowed. So I think I'm going to go in with that same color Seduced, which is what I used in the contour. And I'm going to be using that with a Rebel Edge fine brush. And this is just to create a little bit of a shadow underneath, almost creating what would be a shadow from lashes. And that's going to come out, and we're going to extend that kind of parallel to the eyeliner. But it's got to be much softer. Like I said, more of a shadow, and really keeping it on the outside 2/3 of the eye. Don't go in, because the lashes are going to be heavier on the outside, so you would have a little bit more shadow created here from the lashes. For brows, I am using the Urban Decay Brow Blade in Neutral Nana, and the 50's brow isn't too big. It's definitely not fine, and it has more of a sharp angle to it. It doesn't have a roundness to it. Now I'm going to dust off all the excess powder that I've laid down. This is just my translucent setting powder. I've laid down underneath my eye. I'm not big into cooking. I have a few foundation videos. I'll put a link to one in this video for you. I'm gonna go ahead and prep my lashes using a MAC eyelash curler and the MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash Mascara. And then I'm gonna pop on my lashes. So once they've come on, you can see how it really, the eyeliner acts as like a shadow. It's almost like it's creating a shadow from the lashes. And so it gives you that sort of like, that sleepy, languid sort of bedroom eye. It's very Marilyn Monroe. Now I'm gonna follow up with a little bit of bronzer. This is the MAC bronzing powder in Golden. And this is just gonna come in on the cheekbone and kind of go up the temple, making sort of like a C shape. For blush, I'm gonna use MAC's blush in Frankly Scarlet. Now, to bring it all together, we need a classic red lip with Runway Rogue's lip pencil in Sexy. And then I'm going to be following that up with Runway Rogue's liquid lipstick in Runway Queen. Then I like to take a lip smudge brush and I just soften the edges to the lip line a little bit. Following that up with liquid lipstick in Runway Queen. I do have some Runway Rogue swatch videos posted to my channel. And they explain the difference between all of their products, but a liquid lipstick is a long wear lipstick. So it'll last all day. And once you've applied it, you've got about 3 to 5 minutes before it dries down. So in that time, I like to take a lip brush and work the liquid lipstick into the lip liner. I'm not going to do any gloss today because, again, everything was very matte in the 50s, very matte, classic, clean lines. But I do want to finish off with the MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus Spray. Okay, that completes the makeup. I did pull some hair over here, so I'm just gonna put this on to finish the look. I decided that if I was gonna do a 50s sort of Marilyn Monroe look, I really needed to go for like the blonde bombshell look. I worked it a little bit, which I think looks good, but this is just, I don't like this. I think if it comes up to here, like this is more like 50s Marilyn, like when she grew her hair out. I'm just gonna take that little bit off. I'm just getting rid of the hair I don't want. I'm gonna bring all this hair forward that I don't want. I'm feeling this much more. I'm feeling much more. Okay, so this is it. This is my 50s inspired makeup. I hope you guys liked it. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave those downstairs. Please subscribe and don't forget to hit the bell so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.